Fans of Big Brother, I have your predictions for tonight's eviction in each of the 3 situations. In addition, there was a large-scale scheme to deceive and gaslight Mickey and Lauren, which exposed one of the most repulsive things I've ever heard a Big Brother contestant utter. It's Belinda. Kindly click the subscribe button. Let's discuss a few live feed topics that piqued my interest. Mickey's gaslight follows. For tonight's live eviction, the vote counts. And since it honestly makes me a bit sick, I'm going to save Lauren for last. Kelly's conversation with Keanu about chopping up ants to add to people's dinner was the worst part of the day. She also appeared to be kidding, but I'm not sure with Kelly. She was requesting confirmation from the production camera. Presumably, she was not selected. It's protein, to be fair. I'm not sure whether you've heard, but Kelly also mentioned that Rachel makes her think of her father. Kelly's father, who calls her very annoying and doesn't seem to like her, seems to love her. Over the past 24 hours, the scheme to deceive Mickey into becoming overconfident has been developed. In order to prevent Mickey from going all out for the BB blockbuster, Vince and Will discussed how to persuade her that she had the votes to stay in any situation. Will was on it too. He blatantly misled Mickey by claiming that Ava would choose her above Ashley or Vince. If she votes to evict Ashley over Vent, Mickey informed Morgan and Vince, she might throw the blockbuster because she doesn't want the house to get upset. She therefore does not wish to be in such situation. Ashley was also informed by Morgan that Mickey might toss the comp, and she's quite happy. Additionally, Lauren has assured Mickey that she is secure. Everyone is participating in this. Ashley has fully betrayed Mickey, by the way. She's finished. Referred to her as a snake. She and Ava discussed all of Mickey's lies in great detail. Ashley will be working so hard to get that BB blockbuster. Keanu and Kelly are most likely going to be the targets next week. If it is won by Ashley, Will, and Rachel's side of the house, Vince might be up if he stays. She is most likely going to be up if Mickey remains. That is, unless Kelly wins on Thursday night. That's who Vince is referring to, along with Will and Ashley, you know. Kelly and Keanu will therefore be more targeted. However, Ava and Ashley also discussed how if Vince and Morgan continue together, they pose a constant threat and are now seen as a full-on display that can be targeted. Ava will therefore undoubtedly vote to keep Ashley rather than Vince or Mickey. Now, she's likely to keep Vince if it's him versus Mickey. And Ava threatened to go postal if Ashley was kicked out because Mickey came off the block and voted against her. If Ashley is evicted tonight, Rachel and Ava have both promised to exact revenge for the loss of her Big Brother game. Additionally, they both stated that they would come for Ashley very hard if Mickey were to swing the votes to send her out. Just in case you were wondering, Mickey wants her and Vince to stay this week. So, yes, she might be seated next to Kelly and Keanu if Mickey is still present and not HR the following week. While speaking to Lauren, Ava also launched into a foul-mouthed tirade about Vince, calling him a mother effer and a sob for deceiving her and Kelly. This speaks to the dominance of one side of the house. Different lies, be careful. Ava is also irritated because Kelly appears to accept Vince's falsehoods. In the storage area, Ava was quite humorous. She informed Will that she had a new position for him because Vince claimed to be unemployed. Artist. Ava then suggested that he pursue a career in lip service. And that struck Will as hilarious. Ava, meanwhile, informed Morgan that she clearly loves Vince, which was untrue. Lauren didn't tell Vince that Ava had cursed a blue streak about him multiple times with her, even though she had told him that he might not receive Ava's vote. Morgan informed her supporters that she understands if they choose to vote for Vince over Ashley. She doesn't mind. However, Morgan warned them all that she would be furious with them if they chose Vince over Mickey. At this point, Morgan will never vote to oust Vince, but will send Mickey packing if it's Ashley versus Mickey. Morgan said that she would target Mickey and put her on the block if she stayed. Vince left, and Morgan was given HR. In order to undermine Rachel, Vince will most likely vote to eliminate Ashley if he loses. Additionally, he has been trying to get Kelly to do the same. Therefore, Mickey should be evicted over Ashley and Vince by Lauren. But if Ashley is running against Vince, she might be able to figure out where the votes are. She is now giving Vince the impression that he has a better chance of winning. She might, however, vote with the rest of the house if she is aware that he lacks the necessary votes. Since Kelly seems to believe Mickey when she promises she won't nominate Kelly, she is likely to vote to keep Mickey rather than Ashley. But if it were Vince versus Ashley, Kelly would probably keep Vince. Although she is aware that there are probably not enough votes to get Ashley out, she still strongly wants Ashley out. So, to sum up, if it's Vince versus Mickey, we're probably going to see Beanie Boy, who is crying, stay and Mickey leave. He'll probably go out for 3 if Vince and Ashley are the last 2 on Thursday night, with Will, Rachel, Mickey, and Ava voting to kick Vince out. As the final prejuror tonight, Mickey is likely to go out 70 with a stunned expression on her face if she is up against Ashley in the final 2 seats. Morgan also joked that she might be killed by Vince's girlfriend, Kelsey. "Yeah, 'cause they shower and get in bed together," he replied as they were chatting in the kitchen. Morgan then stated once more that Kelsey might kill her, and Vince responded, "Kelsey is the least jealous person," and said jealousy doesn't even exist in her. We'll see, but I believe Vince has messed up and is likely to learn something different about that. By the way, this was very funny last night. I'm trying to remember which night it was. The night before last. My days are chaotic. While everyone in the kitchen ignored his Oliver Twistedness, Vince was sobbing like a lost child at an amusement park while sitting on the steps by the kitchen. At last he had to give it up. In the meantime, Vince had the gall to accuse Rachel of pretending to cry in a conversation with Kelly. Plus with lotion, Mr. Puffs. Pointing to someone's tears. Man, hurry up. I must admit that I found Ashley's mockery of Keanu during the veto ceremony to be rather entertaining. Since they are unable to observe the atmosphere and the wider picture of the house that all of the live feeds view, I am aware that many casuals did not. Ashley was releasing bombshells, even though I know her speech was undoubtedly prepared. Vince was grinning and nodding in agreement that Keanu was foolish for choosing an ally. When Rachel claimed that Keanu was the biggest liar on BB27, she was smug. To be clear, Ashley made Keanu aware of her emotions about this before to the veto ceremony, in case you're a casual viewer who doesn't follow the feeds. She warned him that this would not be a nice situation if he met her. Because it's true that Keanu informed Rachel that Ashley and she were safe this week. Before renaming her, Ashley informed Keanu that he was causing tension between her and Rachel. "Are you threatening me?" he said. Then, while Ashley was being calm and smiling during the chat, he labeled her angry. They are antagonistic if he doesn't agree with what a lady says. I'm not sure. Thus, Ashley's comment about seeing Keanu's face on the nomination wall on Friday night might have been prophesy. She will most likely be back on the market again if Mickey makes it through eviction. Kelly might be having problems. Kelly has been friendlier according to Will, but he believes she will revert to her typical endearing self if she is on the block. Kelly and Lauren had a humorous conversation regarding Rachel. According to Lauren, she is so afraid of Rachel that she is unsure of how to approach her. Kelly concurred, saying, "I'm going to kill your face, Rachel has resting." Depending on who Rachel is gazing at, I do believe that to be the case. Kelly is determined to put Rachel on the block and win HOH. Furthermore, it wasn't on my bingo card for Rachel to go 8 weeks in a row without being listed as a returning participant who had previously won the game. It's quite strange that no one has put her forward. Additionally, Rachel is fully anticipating being on the block for the upcoming week and weeks. She hasn't been doing as much in BB27, but she has been working up there with her cough drops on the memory stuff and working out in the gym in the hopes of performing better in physical competitions like she used to. Sincerely, I'd want to see a HOH on Thursday night with Ashley, Will, or maybe Ava Pearl if there's a competition about ignoring people to keep him from going crazy. And I want to share with you the repulsive thing that Lauren showed on the live broadcasts. Furthermore, I have never heard anyone say this on Big Brother or in real life. And I find it utterly repulsive. Lauren enjoys adding vanilla and sugar to her macaroni and cheese. That is blasphemous and cruel. Given that it was an acceptable life decision for her, I'm not sure how she passed the psychological test to be allowed to compete on Big Brother. That is simply repulsive. After Thursday's live eviction, Check back soon for more live feeds and to see who wins HOH. I appreciate your devotion as a listener. Don't miss the next episode, so follow us wherever you get your podcast. Soap Dirt is available on all of the main podcasting services, such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and others.